Though you may not have realized it, on College Park's Route 1, there is a special place where heroes and villains have dueled, and fans have come together for over 30 years. That's right, we're talking about Big Planet Comics, a comic book store that invites any who are interested to share in some childhood exuberance and celebrate their passions.
Superheroes is basically like our modern day mythology. Like here's characters that aren't real, but heroes that go out and do something, and we can relate to that, and we can say, wow, did you see our hero? And it could be, instead of Superman, you could say Hercules, or instead of Green Arrow, you could say Apollo, or you could say, so it's like our stories and things that happen in our lifetime. It's not real, but sometimes there's a lesson, sometimes it's just like, wow, did you see that?
Comics tell kinds of stories that in many ways can't be found anywhere else. Because it's relatively inexpensive to produce comics, compared to, say, a television show or a movie, you can be a lot riskier. There's not so much at risk financially in making a comic as there is in a TV show or a movie.
As soon as you walk in the store, the atmosphere immediately changes into a superfan's wonderland, as walls are lined with colorful posters, fan memorabilia, and of course, shelves are overflowing with the latest and greatest comic books. Big Planet offers the latest releases, hundreds of staple graphic novels, some options for the kids, and even older back issues for the serious collector. More than simply a comic book retailer, Big Planet also offers everything a superhero fan could want, including t-shirts, posters, statues, buttons, action figures, and even drinking glasses. More importantly though, the store offers a place where customers can indulge in their longtime interests. Fans can simply hang and read a comic, play a card or role-playing game, for which Big Planet often hosts tournaments every week, and even just discuss anything that they love.
Like you'll watch Arrow or you'll watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that, and you're not really going to talk to your kids about that, or your wife, or your boss, or something. But when you come here, you can go, man, did you see that last episode? Did you see what happened there? So that way you can kind of share, what's going on that's kind of important to you. Things that are like, and it doesn't have to be comic books. It could be like Game of Thrones, or it could be other shows also. So there is like a sense of community.
Because at the end of the day, it's the community that's the most important thing about Big Planet. A place where anyone can come in to share what they love, which for many is a hobby that they have fostered for their entire lives.
The origin of reading comics goes all the way back to the 60s when I was a kid. I started reading, things like Archie and Hot Stuff and whatnot, and then found Spider-Man, and I was hooked ever since.
What's special about comic books is like when you buy, it's like your first toy at Christmas time or a certain comic book. Like you'll buy a certain comic book and you'll connect that with a date. When I was back in 5th grade, I got this, or my dad bought me my very first Batman comic book, or I remember I used to have that first appearance of Wolverine, or that first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy, or something like that. And so comics can be connected to moments in your life that are kind of special.
And although the current superhero blockbuster boom, or the growth of digital comics, may come and go, there will always be those seeking to share their lifelong love for their heroes. Because as with most heroes, it's not about what powers they have, but instead, who they are underneath. And just the same, it's not about the comic book store, the building itself, but instead, the people who make it what it is.
This particular store, we have a long history here. We've been here literally 30 years. So in January, it'll be 31 years we've been here. We've gotten to know a lot of regular customers who come in who really enjoy this medium, and it's fun. And we're all passionate about it, so it's great to communicate that passion with somebody else who feels the same.